This is Group B, another fun matchup, and a potentially deciding matchup. This could knock another player into the round of 8. And that would be Hiya. If Hiya wins, he's going to go 3-0 in this group, obviously, and put himself in the round of 8, knocking Calm down to 1-2. So after that point, Calm would have to hope that Hogel beats Jaedong, forcing a lower rung tiebreaker between all three Zerg in this group. But of course, if Jaedong wins after that, it'll be Jaedong and Hiya moving out. But if Calm wins this, Calm will go 2-1, knocking Hiya down to 2-1, although both would be in a great position to move out into the round of 8. If Jaedong wins the next one against Hogel, that would force an upper rung tiebreaker between Hiya, Jaedong, and Calm. And that would be a great tiebreaker. And the two winners from that tiebreaker would move up. But Hiya's been doing so well with his wacky drop strategies in this OSL, I think he can take down Calm. Except, down at the 5 o'clock position in green is Hiya, over at the 8 o'clock position in beige, I think, is Calm. Of course, Hiya, he did go for the same strategy, basically, versus both Jaedong and Hogel. So, if he wants... I'm not sure if Calm saw those games or not, I hope he did, but if you research that, he's going to know where to position his Scourge, he's going to know that dropships are on the way, and if he takes them down, he's going to be okay as far as protecting his main. That's the problem with going for the same build over and over and over again, as Fantasy has proven many times before, with the certain builds he likes to do. He used to go for mech so much, and then it just started getting crushed by Zerg players, because... one build, if it's strong enough, it'll make everyone on a team and the coaches all get together and say, okay, we have to figure out the best freaking way to beat this build. And then they all agree on something, and then they all start doing that from now on, and it screws you over. That's why you don't see a lot of Terran players going for mech these days. It's still a strong build, but Zerg players, rather, know how to deal with it. Plus, it's not very maneuverable. You need a lot of maneuverability against a Zerg these days to take down bases and whatnot. When you go for a mech build against a Zerg player, you're just letting the Zerg expand everywhere, and that's just not the way Terran play these days. There's the barracks coming up for Hiya in sight of his main. No telling what wacky strategy he'll pull out for this match, although I think he probably used his wackiest one against Jaedong, just that double drop strategy that he kind of adapted for his game against Hogel as well. That's a nice little weird looking fish drawing from the audience. But yeah, Calm, not quite as strong a player as Jaedong is, but Calm is a good, well-rounded Zerg player that I think Hiya will have a lot of problems with, no matter what build he does. But I think that... yeah, I do think that Hiya is in a position to do his drop strategy again. He's at the lower part of the map. He could come in from the southern side of that main, get a drop inside of there, as long as Calm hasn't scouted it and knows it's coming. And Calm will have to position overlords, position units to get the scout on that. And that could definitely be an adaptation to what Hogel and Jaedong did. Just get more scouting on. Find those dropships. Have Scourge ready at each side of the base to take them down. Because Hiya has been going for the main. He's been dropping the main to take out the important tech buildings and cutting the enemy off at the neck. So Calm, as long as he's wary of that, I think he'll be okay. But the second base coming up already from Hiya. Pretty standard opening from him, I'd say, although he only has a single Marine at the front. He's going to have to build his bunker at just the right moment to protect against incoming Zerglings. I think the Zerglings were just pumped from Calm, rather, as he's chasing Hiya around the base. Yeah, he has a couple of Zerglings there, just chasing that down. Lair popping up already from Calm, so we could see 2 base, a mutilus strategy, or something else from him too. If he takes down the scout, there's no telling what he's going to be able to do. Probably going to go for standard Muta if he can't get down the scout in time, because if he's going for a 2-base lurker build or something, he definitely doesn't want the scout finding it, knowing that, and then Hiya will know to throw down bunkers and such. But alright, the lair on the way. We haven't seen any other buildings, so I'd say this is definitely going to be a 2-hatch mutilus build. There comes a Spire from Calm. He is going for 2-hatch mutilus. A very aggressive opener for a Zerg. Zerg used to go for this a lot versus Terran, but it kind of faded away as Zerg realized the Terran was fast expanding every single time. So they wanted to try to fast expand too, throw down 3 hatcheries. Alright, the second extractor on the way for Calm. He's going to have that Spire up and going to be getting on some mutilus harassment soon. And this is a pretty good map to get mutilus harassment with. There is that big ridge right next to that natural expansion from Hiya. Of course, there's a lot of room there they can run in with medic marines to protect himself too. Let's see if he can build up a big enough grouping of medic marines to get that done. He already has his bunker at the front. I think he built a bunker at the front anyway. But he has his second base very comfortably mining, and this is an extremely standard opening from him. But I think Hiya's wackiness usually comes in mid-game, when he is getting that dropship play on. He has, as I said, his dropship play has just been very impressive to watch. Took down Jaedong, even though Jaedong made a few very critical mistakes. That doesn't change the fact that he took down Jaedong. So the engineering bay being built right now by Hiya. Going to try to get that timing just the right time. Already has his 2 scan coming up. This is the build that Flash popularized in the Ever OSL, defeating every single Zerg on his way to the finals. He just dominated Zerg with this build. So now Hiya, I think he's actually going to try to move out. Yeah, he is. He's looking for Zerglings outside of his base. There are a few hanging out, but the Zerglings sneak by. Absolutely no defenses. Hiya. Oh, that was the worst time for him to go out with those Marines. He might actually lose a couple of Marines inside of his main. That could do some unnecessary damage to the unit grouping from Hiya. Plus, I think Calm's trying to draw Hiya's attention back to the back side of his main, where he can go in here with his Mutilus and snipe everything. Hiya's trying to move out at the same time, running back to his base a little bit. And I still don't see the troops in from Hiya. Oh, those 4 Zerglings might have just ruined Hiya's day and his builds. But Hiya is actually going for the counter-attack. Not sure if this is the right strategy. I mean, he doesn't have any turrets at home. He has nothing to defend himself, and he's still going for the counter. This is insane. So he's going to try to push the front. Calm is throwing down 3 sunken colonies. Well, 3 creep colonies going to morph in the sunkens. So there come the sunkens. 2 sunkens prepared now by Calm. From Calm, and he has an Evolution Chamber at the front to block and take some of the hits from Hiya. So Hiya's going to try to take that down first. And is he going to break? I don't know if he's going to try to break or not. No, he's not. That probably would have been too much to handle now that Calm was pulled back with his mutas. And Calm got plenty of damage done with those mutas. He sniped a lot of SCVs. Calm, Hiya rather, regrouping his SCVs, building some more turrets to protect himself. But yeah, this is an extremely aggressive mutilus build from Calm, and I think he's going to be able to destroy everything inside the main, because Hiya going for the counter again, trying to snipe some of the Calm going out with his Zerglings to take the hits, and the Sunkens take care of the rest, clean up that troop. And I think Hiya just lost this game. Yeah, all of his troops were positioned outside that natural, the exact wrong place they needed to be. He needed those at home to protect himself, but yeah, I think it's going to be it for Hiya. Just made a couple of critical mistakes, as Jaedong did in the game against him. Karma. Gotta love it. That's going to be it. Yeah, Hiya's like, yeah, I have no defenses, no turrets. What am I going to do? I guess I can have one SCV throw another SCV at the mutas. Then that SCV can use its fusion cutters like, eat that. Glaive worms, I hate them. But yeah, nothing here. No mining inside the main at all for Hiya. He has no troops out in the field to do a counter. He's trying to group up some troops, get some harassment at this third base that just popped up for Calm. But yeah, 2-hatch Muta. Gotta love it. Got to love it. because it yeah, it really breaks down a Terran who doesn't throw up their turrets quickly enough, who goes for scan instead of turrets, with a lot of Terran love to do, but that's the GG from Hiya. Don't feel too bad, Hiya. You're basically guaranteed to move into the round of 8 anyway. But of course, he's actually going to be rooting against his teammate Jaedong, because if Jaedong wins against Hogel, we're going to have a tiebreaker for the 2 spots to move out, which Hiya would still have a pretty good chance of moving on, but still he doesn't want that extra pressure. So he's going to secretly root against Jaedong, his own teammate. But yeah, looking very disappointed in himself. Yeah, just moving out at the exact wrong time. Just all the bad things that could happen did happen to Hiya in that game. But alright, if Hogel wins against Jaedong, that's going to be it. Calm and Hiya are going to move out into the round of 8. But this should be exciting either way. Alright, let's move on to Group C.